As a mom, I'm always on the hunt to find recipes that the whole family will enjoy. It's super frustrating when you go to the work to make a meal and then not everyone eats it, right? You've probably been there before. So this week, I'm sharing 5 recipes that my kids really enjoy, and then I'll show you their plates after they're done to show you how well they ate. Ready, set, let's get cooking. The first recipe I made is my mom's hash brown casserole. At our house, we also call it the green bean casserole. It requires 2 pounds of hamburger, 24 ounces of hash browns, a 10.5 ounce can of cream of chicken soup, half of an onion, 1 can of green beans, milk, salt, pepper. Here is how you make it. First, you cook the 2 pounds hamburger with the half of onion in a skillet. You cook it until it's not brown, but pretty close. Also add a little salt, pepper, and water. Then you drain the water, layer the 24 ounces of hash browns in an 8x10 pan, then the hamburger, then the can of cream of chicken soup with 1 can of milk, then the can of green beans, which is drained. Bake it at 350 degrees covered with foil for 1.5 to 2 hours. So here's a look at our supper for tonight. This is Evie. She has a green bean casserole that we have. For a vegetable, she is doing corn, and for a fruit, strawberries. Camille over here decided she wants the main part to be the corn, and then we have the green bean casserole and the strawberries. Let's see how they do. So here's how the girls did, and look how they did. Eve and Camille both finished it all. I mean, of course, there's a couple specks of corn there, but that was just an accident. How did it taste, girls?
Good.
Good. Should I make this casserole again?
Yes.
Happy second day, and this recipe also comes courtesy of my mom, but originally it came from a lady at my hometown church who would bring this mac and cheese recipe to church gatherings, and us kids loved it so much that we begged for the recipe. So what you'll need for this is macaroni, of course, table cream or light cream, and then Velveeta cheese. Use half of the container, a little bit of salt, and lots of pepper. Here's how you make it. Cook the macaroni, but not all the way done. Then you drain it. Put it in the crock pot with all of the other ingredients for around an hour to an hour and a half. You cook it on low pretty much until everything's melted. So here's a look at the finished product. I did leave the mac and cheese just warming up in the crock pot for a little bit longer than usual, so it's kind of mushed up, but it tastes really good. I think it tastes really good anyways. Way better than store-bought mac and cheese. And then for the fruit, I did yellow delicious apples. Let's see how the girls do. So now here's a look at how the girls did. Camille ate all of her apples, and she did have some mac and cheese left, but in her defense, she did pretty much eat dinner. Yeah, Evie's here now. She's saying she ate all of it, but in Camille's defense, she did eat pretty much dinner before we had dinner.
Camille almost gone.
Yeah, Camille's is almost gone too, right, Eve? But Camille had 2 big bowls of cottage cheese and some apples before we even ate dinner. So that may be part of the reason why she didn't finish it. And Evie, of course, ate all of hers again, didn't you, Eve?
Yeah.
Was it yummy?
Yes.
Yes, good.
Camille didn't. It's okay. Can't eat one of those.
Happy third day. And today I'm making the recipe on the list that is my personal favorite. And you know it has to be good when it comes from one of these small town, hometown cookbooks. I always love these. They have great recipes. And, oh, if I can open to the right page, let's see. Sorry, cookbook. This one is called Shipwreck. It requires a pound of hamburger, 5 to 7 medium potatoes that are peeled and thinly sliced, a can of corn that's drained, a can of green beans that's drained, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, and then also a can of cream of celery soup. Here's how you make it. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Brown and drain the hamburger. Add soup and simmer for 5 minutes. Place the sliced potatoes on the bottom of a 9 by 13 inch pan. Then layer the green beans and corn on top of the potatoes. Top the dish with the meat mixture and bake it for about 1 hour or until the potatoes are tender. So here's Camille's plate, and with the Shipwreck and the raspberries and blueberries, and the blue one again is Evie's. Ready to eat, girls?
Yeah.
So here's a look at how the girls did, and they did amazing once again. Camille just has a few crumbs of Shipwreck left, and Evie's is all gone. But Camille, you were a little hesitant to eat it at first, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, were you afraid to eat it since we haven't had it for a while?
Yeah.
But how did it turn out?
Good.
Good. For this 4th day, we're going to make build-a potatoes, which are super easy, and the recipe isn't anything, extravagant, but pretty much you make sloppy joes. So follow the direction on your sloppy joe mix. And then here's my little secret though. I do add a tiny pinch of brown sugar to it. I learned that from my sister-in-law because one of my daughters has a hard time eating meat. And when she added just a tiny pinch of brown sugar, my daughter ate it. So there you go. Here basically is how you make it. You just, as I said, follow the directions for the sloppy joe mix. Heat up the potato and then put the toppings on it that you would like. So here's a look at our food. Camille has a green plate, which we have peaches and pears for our fruit. She wanted her potatoes separate from her sloppy joe. Yeah, and Evie's potatoes?
I want one of those too.
Yeah, your potatoes are mashed up, Eve, like a build a potato.
Yeah, Evie, yours is right here.
Yep, so this is a peaches and pears for Evie, and she has build a potato, which you have toppings of sour cream and cheese. You like sour cream, don't you, Eve? Oh, don't eat it all. That big chunk of sour cream, probably not good for you. Okay, let's see how you do. So here's a look at how the girls did. As you can see, Evie once again ate everything. Camille ate all of her fruit and the potato, but she didn't do quite as good on her sloppy joe. She does struggle with meat some eating it, but I did give her a lot, so she ate half of it, which is decent. And here is our 5th and final recipe. We're making waffles. Isn't this cute little waffle maker so cute? Yeah, I got it for my Galentine's Day party, which I did a video on. I'll post a link to that down below, along with, as I said before, all of the recipes. So, talking about recipes for these waffles, it requires 2 cups flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, 2 tablespoons granulated sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 3/4 cup of milk, and a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. It's really easy to make, and the girls love making it with me. In a big bowl, you combine the dry ingredients first, then you add the wet ingredients, mix them together well, then cook it in your waffle iron with the instructions given to you by the manufacturer, because every waffle iron cooks a little bit differently. So here's a look at our breakfast for lunch menu, which is waffles. This is Camille's waffle with, she wanted honey on it, and pineapple for fruit. And then Evie also decided to have honey and butter on hers along with her fruit. Yeah, you have butter too, sorry. I just forgot to mention that.
I don't want butter.
So here's a look at how the girls did, and they both ate it all. Yay! In fact, Camille asked for a ton more pineapple after she was done. Pineapple's always a hit at our house. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. Also, if you would like any of the recipes that I've talked about, I will post them down below in the description box. And if you have any great family-friendly recipes, I would like to hear that. Comment down below. Also, if you're interested in more videos like this or have any suggestions for video ideas, also comment down below. Thanks so much again for watching, and happy cooking or baking, everyone.